Okay, I guess they want to go legal stages random.
Oh, I was gonna ask for 5 legal or 7, but I guess they're just going for the 5, and we're just gonna be starting at sparring ring with a coil v coil.
I guess the stages don't really matter that much in that
True, I see. It is going to be coil v coil, but the loadouts are kind of different. Mr. Adel here with the dragon and Ali with the Triblast. Oh, also a popper too. I'm never really sure what to do here. Both of them trying to get the charge up on the third arm. It just comes too fast for me.
I'm just wondering if Ado just likes the dragon in general, or he just plays it on coil to have the unblockable thing. I don't think he plays dragon on coil that much, but I think, in my opinion, that's the only reason why you would ever play it on coil.
Just having 2 dragons in general is also still really solid. I can speak from experience.
Yeah, we could see last time, right?
But yeah, the unblockable is really hard to pull off, but it is really satisfying when you do get it.
Especially against another coil who would just slip out of anything anyway.
But yeah, Ali just winning that first match with a lot of momentum. Mr. Adel going for the early rush, but that is going to get blocked. Heavy chip damage on the arm still, but that is not going to get punished. Adel does land 1 Ice Dragon, but Ali does break out of that. Ali has the rush now, trying to find a window to use that. Is going to catch it off of the extended Ice Dragon there. That's one of the disadvantages. It does stay out for a very long time.
And earlier I said that the stages don't really matter, but that was before I saw the loadouts. I think Sparring really does Mr. Adel a favor here. Just getting to work with Dragon on such close.
Ali's rush getting cancelled there with the Dragon. That Dragon was from far away, but
yeah, that's the first match already. Yeah, I mean, the Dragon could work, but as I said, Sparring Ring really wasn't good for Mr. Ado here.
Yeah, Ali just using that Trap Blast there to just put constant close range pressure and keeping Mr. Adel in the corner there. Let's see where we go for match 2. They do still seem to want to go to randoms, but I will be adding the counter pick stages for game 2. And it's going to go to Temple Grounds, which is a little bit more open than Sparring Ring, so maybe this does benefit Dragon a bit more.
Ado still has a Dragon Bot. He also put a Triblast into his loadout now. And there it is. It's basically Riffa as coil.
That is kind of true. Alistar is going to just use the good old reliable double gloves to counter that. That's going to be able to punch through Triblast and Ice Dragon a lot, but the question is if he's going to get the angles to do that. There's a nice Triblast hit in from Mr. Adel going through the grab.
But yeah. I really don't think that Ado is able to win with the Dragon here. It just seems like, I mean, it kind of works, but he also needs to work so much harder than Alistair to get anything.
Yeah, Alistair is getting a really fast rush charge because that Ice Dragon is kind of slow, and gets a really good rush on Mr. Adel. Now Mr. Adel needs to bring stuff back here, but that grab is going to get punished.
Yeah, they're too greedy there. And I wouldn't be surprised if we will see the Dragon gone now. But maybe Mr. Ado also just really wants to stick with it for today. And I guess he wants to.
Yeah, just opting for the glove there. I guess I do kind of relate sometimes with my Springman playstyle here. It is mainly like based around the Dragon, so I still even keep the Dragon on in a bad matchup. We did see Mr. Adel try to go for a Dragon cancel there with catching the extended Dragon and then going for a grab, but that did not work out. There's a hit onto Alistair. Mr. Adel trying to get the rush off of the hit stun, but that is not going to work.
Like,
it was
3 Dragon cancels doing that rush by accident, I think, because he was just dashing forward all the time.
Not both of these players. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. And Alistair already got his back, but Ado is also close to getting rush back. If he can avoid Alistair's rush one more time, it's not looking too bad for him this time.
Yep. Alistair is sidestepping the dragon there and getting the rush off of that extended dragon again.
But even with the rush from Alistair landing, it still looks doable. If he wouldn't just throw out the rush there.
Yeah, this match is a lot more even with the health bars.
It feels like that Mr. Ado just really got warmed up with the dragon. Like right now he's dodging way better than in the beginning.
I like getting a little bit too greedy on that rush. That is going to get broken through.
Yeah,
but
sadly it's a bit too late for Ado to get warmed up with the dragon, because that's it already 2-0 for Alistair.
Sadly that rush was a little bit too late gained.
And that was pretty fast match.
So that was our game 1 over here.
Yeah, and I guess with that I will just mute myself and you too so I can hear you, and we'll play against Iceman now.
Alright.
I guess we'll talk later again when I commentate losers bracket or something.
That's good, gotta be confident in yourself. Alright. Okay, and now I am muted, Rifa is muted, and we will be going into the second game on stream. That's going to be Rifa against Iceman. Let me just fix the scores real quick. Rifa is going to be on the left side because Rifa is the first in the lobby, and there we have Iceman. Let's see what stages they're going to go for. I feel like, I mean, Iceman, usually here I would say that like they want to go for this specific stage because they have this specific play style, and they play this specific character, but both of these players just playing anything and everything and the kitchen sink. Rifa is going to ban sparring first, possibly not wanting that close range. Buster and Mausoleum banned from Iceman's side, leaving 2 very defensive stages, and Rifa choosing to go to DNA Lab to start. So let's see where these two, what these 2 players go for. They both have many pocket characters, but it looks like it's going to be the Refango versus Iceman's Min. What Min set is this going to be? Okay, it looks like it's going to be Iceman's standard Ice Dragon based set. It is going to be the Sparky on the Dragon Arm. This is going against Rifa's signature Misango set with the Cracker and the Coolerang here. I think that is a megawatt in the back pocket to break through some of the tougher arm sets, but the this set is going to be very heavily based around the blue mask to constantly evade and try to find pockets to throw out the light arms and the curved arms. Rifa doing a very good job starting here, getting a lot of rush early on, but that is going to be a huge freeze into a grab from Iceman's side. Iceman is getting that starting arm up. Rifa going for the close range rush, but that is going to get punished. Now Iceman does have the rush and gets a stun, gets a shock that is not going to get punished because Rifa was so far away. Rifa's going to get some really nice cracker pokes in here. It is forcing Iceman towards the corner. Iceman's trying to close, well, I should not say close the distance because Iceman was actually trying to get away there. Rifa trying to get away from that rush, but is going to get caught by that. Now the health bars have equalized. Rifa does almost have a rush, but still has a little while to work to get to that. Both players at very close health here, heading into 10 seconds. Rifa's rush is almost ready. Iceman does have the Dragon Arm. Sparky. Rifa has the rush, is going to use it. And that chip damage is not going to be enough. It is going to be the first round going to Iceman here. Rifa may be playing a little bit too defensive here. Is going to switch to Megawatt in round 2. Rifa does want to get close here to break Iceman's Dragon Arm here. That Megawatt is actually going to be very nice against the Sparky because of, well, it's a heavy arm, but Iceman could still find some very nice angles to use the Dragon from, and just to punch from in general, because he's been doing a lot of nice jump movement here. Now Rifa is trying to get up close to Iceman to be able to use that rush, because it is still a slightly tricky rush to land onto Iceman here. Getting a little bit too close though is going to get a 1-2, and there's another Sparky punch into a grab. Now now Rifa is at very low health. There's going to be another Ice Dragon hit, but that is not going to get punished. And with a trade, Iceman is going to take the first game over Rifa. Wow. Alright. Iceman starting off very, very strong here. The bangs from Iceman's side are going to be sparring in Via, really not wanting those close corners, and Rifa going for the third best thing here, Buster Beach, which, as we all know, is classified as an aggro stage. It is, the far starting positions are still good for Min Min to get that early Dragon Arm, but it's not a guarantee, and there are those two very dangerous pockets that you can just get stuck in. Both sets still staying the same here. Rifa going for the Megawatt and the Cracker again. And there's a very nice Sparky hit into a grab from Iceman's side. Both players very close here. Iceman going for another close grab. And there's Rifa's health just half gone. There's another Sparky grab. Iceman is just on a roll here. Not even getting hit once. There's the first hit. Commentator's curse. Striking again. But there's another nice snipe onto Rifa here. And Rifa is just on the last hit. Is actually going to go up for the rush, but that is going to mix 2. And Iceman is just going to take the first round, not letting Rifa push him to the corner there. Now Iceman starting off round 2 with a rush is not going to be able to get the freeze grab though. Tries to go away to charge up and does punish Rifa on the approach. There's another freeze. It's going to get it followed up into a grab. And now Iceman is does have the lead, does have the rush, is going to try to find an opportunity to use it. Rifa is getting some momentum back though. Rifa is being able to slowly push Iceman into that corner. Iceman going in for that rush is going to get it onto Rifa. But Rifa does have that rush now. Is going to get grabbed on the approach. And that's 2-0 to Iceman. Wow. As Rifa himself said, you never know where to seed Iceman in these brackets, because sometimes Iceman will just come back and go on a roll, and that just proves it. Wow. Very amazing performance from Iceman there with the 2-0. And that is going to be Iceman facing Alistair in the winners finals here.
Well, that was much quicker than I expected.
Yeah. I mean, you said it yourself. We never know where to put Iceman.
Oh, sorry, I think I had you muted.
Right, I'm unmuted now.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I kind of fucked up.
Oof. Well, it happens. You have your losers bracket run, and I think I will be on the solo commentary now for Iceman against Ali.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. Oh, yeah. I need to fight Yam now. Right.
All right. See you around.
I'll be gone again.
Okay, and now I have muted myself again. We're going to have the winners finals now. Let me just set all the names up real quick. That should be the setup. Alright, and bans did happen. It's going to be DNA. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be DNA banned from Ali, Buster Temple banned from Iceman, and then I do believe that is a sparring pick from Ali. I'm just confirming that it's a sparring pick and not a sparring ban between Sparring Ring and Mausoleum. Okay, yeah. Our first match is going to be on Sparring Ring. And as this is the winners finals here, oops, let me just fix that. Yep. As this is the winners finals here, this is going to be a best of 5. Now we do have a little switch up from Iceman here with the set, maybe a little bit more custom made to counter Coil with the buff and the Hydra here. However, Alistar is going for the Bunchuck and the Roaster, 2 other medium arms that can bring Iceman into a world of pain. Alistar building that rush up very fast and getting it a good chunk of damage onto Iceman, but there's a nice Hydra hit in from Iceman, allowing Iceman to get that Dragon Arm up. Is going to get knocked down, but is going to close in to get the rush damage onto Ali. Does have the Dragon Arm back up, but has to be careful to keep it up. I think I see Iceman's strategy here with just trying to punch down one arm when Ali's going for the 1-2s and taking that Hydra to try to sneak in a hit on the other. It is going to be very tough though, and Ali does have the rush charged up, is going to just take that first round with one straight Funchuck hit. Funchuck and Roaster just being a deadly combo in general because you can get very nice stun 1-2s. There's a nice hit, nice curved Roaster hit onto Iceman to start things off. Both players do have the rush to start things off now, so we're going to have to see who can use that rush first. Iceman actually getting a nice, it's not a full damage rush, but it is a Hydra hit into the Dragon hit. There's another Hydra hit into a Dragon hit. And Ice Dragon, we have seen that not be that good on Sparring Ring before because of the short range. So let's see if Iceman can make this work for him. He is keeping Ali at a very large distance here, and that Dragon Arm Hydra is putting in a lot of work here. Now Iceman does have the rush again, is going to find a connection with the Hydra, sadly not with Dragon, so is not going to be able to get lethal damage off of that, but one more Hydra hit will bring Iceman back into the game here, and we have a 1-1 in game 1. No arm changes here for the third round. Both players still on the defensive. Alistar does have the rush, is going to catch Iceman's extended Hydra and get a good chunk of damage in to start the round. Getting another knockdown. putting Iceman onto almost a quarter while Ali is not hit at all. Iceman is going to have to work for this comeback. There's the charged Hydra to start things off. Dodges the grab. Does have the rush charged now, but Ali's rush is also almost charged, and if that rush hits, it is game over. Iceman going in for the close range rush, but that is going to miss. Ali is going to be able to sidestep that. And Ali going in for the rush at the close range, almost getting the arm break too. But Iceman is just going to be barely able to dodge that, still hanging on. And that is going to be one fun chuck hit to close round one for Ali. So there we have game one. A very valiant fight from Iceman here. But Ali is going to take that. DNA and Mausoleum are Alistair's bans, two very defense-oriented stages here. And DNA Lab also being a very easy stage for Min Min to get the early Dragon Arm. It is going to be Ninja College as game one, the Europe-specific counterpick. Which is also another stage that is going to benefit Iceman here, getting the very early Dragon Arm charge. We do see, I do believe that is a color swap from Iceman, so maybe we do have a different, slightly adjusted set. No, it is the same set. Maybe sometimes I'm just not very good at paying attention. Iceman going for the Hydra Ice Dragon again, but maybe it's going to pay off a little bit more on this map with a little bit more starting distance. Alistair is going to stay around the center area though, but that is going to give Iceman the opportunity to go fall back and take the Dragon Arm again. Now Alistair does charge up that rush first and is going to get the opportunity to use it onto Iceman at the very start. And we are going to have another match with Alistair getting a very big health lead over Iceman. Now Iceman is slightly managing to close the distance here. Does need to bring Ali into that corner to get a lot more consistent hits in. And Iceman does have the rush now, but is he going to be able to use it? That is going to be the third arm connecting onto Iceman there. Not going to be able to win that trade. Now both Ali and Iceman have the rush, but neither gets an opportunity to use it, as Ali does get the first hit. Does get the last hit into Iceman. Now we have a double buff, double buff swap on from Iceman's side. Possibly just trying to win the war of the medium straight arms here. I'm sorry, I do not know why I quoted that song. Okay, now that I've recovered from the emotional damage. It's a lie, I haven't. Both players still trying to get the medium arm hits into each other, and just getting a lot of hits to get that rush real fast. Iceman does have the rush before Ali. Ali does almost have the rush now. There it is. Iceman going in for it first, but Ali is going to be able to guard that. Close arm break, but I don't think it's going to happen here. And the rush from Ali's side is going to be able to get guarded by Iceman too. A much closer round. It's much closer than round one here, with a lot more defensive opportunities from Iceman. Now Iceman does have the rush charged up again, does have the slight health deficit, and is actually going to be able to catch that extended grab from Alistair there. Now the question is if Alistair is going to be able to get that health lead back. I think that 1-2 is going to bring the health lead back to Ali's side, and Iceman is not going to be able to get the last bit of damage through that rush. I'm sorry, I just unlocked a repressed memory in my head there. Does anybody remember the era of League of Legends song parodies? I think there was one called Double Buff, which was, I think, a parody of the Bubble Butt song. But yeah, that was a double buff from Iceman's side. Sadly, it didn't quite work out. And I think, yeah, that same band's from Ali's side, but it is going to be a Temple Grounds pick from Iceman's side. And Iceman is going to go for a character swap here, going for the ribbon. It's going to be a Toaster and a Tri-Blast from Iceman's side, while Ali just goes for the double roasters. Maybe Funchuck's hitbox is not very good against Ribbon's smaller size. But yeah, this is besides Min, this is also the character that Iceman is known for. Just one of the Ribbons terrorizing European ranked. Very nice evasive maneuvers, but also because of all that jumping and to avoid Ali's punches, Ali has punched a lot to get that first rush here. Iceman almost having the rush charged up. It is going to be equal rushes here. Now it is a question of who will get the first opportunity to use them. Both players not getting a lot of chip damage onto each other. Alistar does have to guard that initial explosion from the Tri-Blast in order to not have that rush cancelled, but Iceman, trying to find the safety of the pillar, does get the last bit of that rush in. Now Iceman trying to corner Alistar here, and that rush is going to miss Alistar just being able to dodge that. This does put Alistar into a little bit more of a lead, having that rush charged up much faster than Iceman's, and Iceman just being on a very big health deficit. There is going to be a nice Tri-Blast poke here onto Ali, but that is going to be the 10-second countdown, and with the rush to secure it, not taking any chances, Alistar takes round one here. So, time for round two. Both players' arms are staying the same here. Iceman starting things off with a nice Tri-Blast poke here. Ali equalizing with a hit, a roaster hit. There is the first rush from Iceman, and it is actually going to connect this time onto Ali in the corner. Now Iceman is staying quite a far distance away here to try to get those Tri-Blast pokes in, but that is going to allow Alistar to charge up that third arm and go for those barrages of hits. Now Ali does have the rush, is going to try to find an opportunity to use that, is going to catch an extended Tri-Blast hit in, but Iceman's just a little bit too far away, gets the opportunity to guard, and now Iceman does have the health lead and has the rush to further extend it. Does need to find an opportunity to close in though, and is going to get it with that Tri-Blast coming in really, really fast. And a nice grab is going to put Ali at the magic pixel. One more hit. Iceman still above half. But Ali is going to get two hits, and one hit being a little bit more powered up because of that Tri-Blast self-detonation. And Iceman is actually going to be able to jump out of that rush. That is going to give Iceman a nigh insurmountable lead in the last 15 seconds, and one Tri-Blast explosion is going to secure the round. Alistar going for the fun chuck here in round 3. To switch things up a little bit. Iceman with the early rush lead, carrying that over from the second round, is going to try to corner Alistar again. But both of those arms were retracted. Alistar is going to have the opportunity to shield that. And I do not think that is going to be an arm break here because Iceman does back up a lot. And that is going to be a rush from Alistair's side, but Iceman was shielded and is going to be able to shield that as well. However, this is a lot more chip damage going on to Iceman's side this round. Alistair just being able to get consistent hits in there. Now we do have Alistair being pushed to the edge again, but is going to be able to come back here because Iceman does not want to consistently stay at that close range right now. Ali does have that rush again. Iceman does have the rush again too. It depends on who gets the opportunity to use it first. There's the explosion knock up, and that is going to give Iceman a very, very nice confirm. Very spicy. But that is going to be a rush back from Alistair. Iceman being at the far range is going to be able to guard that. And now Iceman's back in this, just needs a bunch more good hits, gets the health lead. But that is going to be a chunky fun chuck hit from Alistair. And Iceman takes the round back. It's a 2-1 now with a nice toaster hit to get that last bit of damage in. Dang, that was close. Very well played from both sides. Let's see where they go for game 3 here.
Okay, I'm just jumping back for this match, I think, because I'm just sitting around and waiting anyway.
All right. Okay, so we are currently 2-1. Alistair took the first 2 games, and then Iceman took the 3rd game with a switch from Min Min to Rebin.
Yeah, I just saw that on stream and it was really tense.
Ninja College and Sparring Ring are going to be the bans from Iceman's side. We are waiting on Ali's pick now. It is going to be a Mausoleum pick. And I do believe this is something we don't see in EU a lot. We are going to 4 different maps, and it's a different map each game. Usually I just see like randoms or runbacks all the time. I don't know about you.
I think the most stages we really see are Morzo and Temple, I think. If we are not playing randoms anyway.
That is kind of true as well.
But yeah, no switches here from both sides, from character-wise at least. Alistair definitely changed something up to counter the ribbon go with the Hydra again.
Yeah, the Hydra is going to be able to catch just vertical movement a lot more. Iceman 2 having a Hydra in those first 2 games on the Min. And that is also the Chilla switch is also interesting. I wonder if Alistair is going to go for any freeze chains here.
Yeah.
Both players still staying at a fair distance from each other, just trying to get pokes in.
Thing with the Hydra is that there to change. No, not. Oh, good avoidance from Iceman there. I was about to say, the thing about the Hydra is he might catch Ruin with it better, but he also sacrifices a lot of his defense options, which he had with Double Glove or with the Puncher. So now Iceman should have an easier time to just power through. Like this. Or I know he was about to go for the rush. Dashed like a bit to the front, but decided it was a bit too tricky to land there.
Yeah, that rush is going to get shielded there, but that is going to be an arm break. Almost misses the punish. Good 1-2 from Alistair to bring the damage back. That is anyone's game. Oh, I said that's anyone's game, but Alistair does get the rush to close things off onto Iceman. Even if it hadn't hit, that would have been a lot of chip damage. So now we go into round 2. Both players still staying with the same arms. Iceman trying to close things in, but Alistair keeping a nice distance here. I guess that's the thing about Mausoleum, because it's like a circle shape, you can never really get cornered.
Right. And right now, Iceman seems to want to force himself a bit too much into Alistair's face, and it's not quite working that well for him.
Good rush from Alistair, getting the Hydra catch and getting a nice chunk of damage there onto Iceman. This is a fairly big lead from Alistair's side.
Yeah, it will be tough to come back for Iceman here. And Iceman really just tries to chase Alistair down the whole time. It's really not working right now, and that's game for Alistair.
Yeah, at that close range, that chill is really good from Alistair's side to punch through that Tri-Blast. And there's our winners finals here. It is going to be a 3-1 to Alistair.
Oh, and with that, I will mute myself again because I'm up against Raziel now.
I will mute myself as well. Right, let me fix this real quick. This is going to be losers semis between Rifa, who joined first, and Raz. Raz going down against Iceman in the first round here. Rifa going down against Iceman in the second round. Both of them competing to get that run back against Iceman, who will be their losers finals opponent if they win. DNA and Temple are banned from Raz's side. Sparring is banned from... Yeah, Rifa banning the aggro stages and Raz banning the defensive stages, and we do end up with a default onto Mausoleum. So Rifa is actually going for the Ninjara here, which is the old school Rifa pick, as opposed to Masango, which is more like the new school Rifa pick. I say new school, but it felt like Rifa has also played Masango forever as well. And it's going to go up against Raz's Twin Tail. Raz trying to close in with that dash, but Rifa is going to get a nice hit with the Tri-Blast onto the dash. Rifa just getting a lot of very nice hits into Raz while Raz is trying to close the distance here. That Tri-Blast is very good at catching Twin Tail's movements, and that is going to be a very early rush from Rifa. But Raz is going to be able to dodge that and get the counter with the boomerang. Now Raz does have the rush, is going to try to find an opportunity to use that. Rifa keeping a very nice distance though. But that is going to be another 1-2 onto Raz. That distance is not very easily closed though, but Raz does get close enough to get the grab. This is going to be a rush ready from Rifa's side though. It has taken Raz a very long time to close the distance. And that is another Tri-Blast hit and another Tri-Blast hit. And it is going to get those last little bits of damage onto Raz here. Raz switching the set out now to a Hydra here. Maybe trying to catch Rifa's jumps a bit. A lot of Rifa's defensive options to avoid Raz's combo there. Oh, a very nice slam rush confirm. You don't see those a lot on Mausoleum because Mausoleum doesn't really have any corners you can get stuck into. That was very nice from Rifa, and it's going to give Rifa a very big lead in the second round. Raz getting a nice close range grab to neutralize things a little bit more. Does also have that rush in the back pocket. Is going to get another hit onto Rifa and another Hydra hit. That is going to be a Tri-Blast to take some more damage onto Rifa's side here. And one more Tri-Blast hit will bring Raz down, but Raz did bring Rifa back into almost rush range, so Raz is slowly getting the download here. but a very nice first round win from Ripa. Just being able to keep Raz at a very safe distance. Sparring and Via Dolce are going to be banned from Rifa's side. Really does not want to get caught in those corners. We're gonna have to see what Raz's counterpick here is going to be. It is going to be a run back onto Mausoleum. Both players still sticking with the same characters, and I do believe the same sets as well. So let's see. Oh no, slight set change. I think that is a little bit of an adaptation on Raz's side here. Switching in the buff and the popper. To try to get a few more hits in onto Ripa. Actually, that popper catching Ripa very nicely. Another trade here. Both players starting off the first round fairly evenly here. Some very nice hits from Ripa though, and that is going to be a defensive rush to stop that popper. It is going to get caught, blocked though from Raz's side, and now Raz does have the rush, which could neutralize things very well if Raz is at that close range. That popper can be used for some very nice rush confirms on Mazo though, because it blows you back rather than to the side, so rush confirms are still very much on the table. Ripa does have that rush built up too though, and that is going to be a rush exchange, but it is going to go to Raz's side. Only gets 205 damage though, because that was slightly from the side, so Ripa does get blown back, and that's going to be a hit into a grab. Some very nice adaptation from Raz's side here to take round one. Ripa is going to go to the slam for round two. Starting things off with a nice Tri-Blast poke. Another Tri-Blast hit. And now Ripa does have the rush. Had most of it charged in the first round. Raz also with the rush almost ready. There it is too. Both players just trying to find an opportunity while still exchanging pokes. The health is fairly on the equal side, still benefiting Ripa for now, but that is just one poke. There are so many arbs flying around everywhere. And Ripa does get the grab onto Raz's getup. And one more nice slam poke though. Nobody even using the rush there. Both players taking that rush into the third round. Ripa just getting a lot of very, very solid pokes. It looks like Raz is still staying on the roaster popper here. I wonder what that buff is for. But that is going to be, yeah, the roaster popper. Both players still trying to find an opportunity to get the rush. And as we see, both of these players do have some arms that can lead to very nice confirms. The popper on Raz's side, both the slam. We did see a slam confirm earlier in the last round, and the Tri-Blast can also confirm if you aim it while jumping so that the explosion happens on the ground, which knocks you up. It did. However, Raz's rush not doing much, and Ripa getting a lot of damage here without the rush even. Has that rush still ready to fire at any time. Patience from Ripa sadly does not pay off, as that is going to get shielded. Does get a little bit more damage off the arm break though. And Raz does get into close range, but that rush is going to get sidestepped here. I mean, Ninja are shielded. Sometimes Ninjara's shield just completely teleports all over the place, but sometimes it just gets caught in the rush too. It is kind of weird, but Rifa getting a very solid game 2 win here. And that is a loser semi, so I do believe that is a 2-0 victory. The losers finals will be best out of 3. I will be taking a short break here while they do their bans real quick. All right, I'm back here. So let's see. First of all, let's quickly fix the scores here. It is going to be Rifa against Iceman. And it is going to be losers finals now. And it looks like their first game is going to be on Temple Grounds. But they're also taking a short break on their side as well. But yeah, again, sorry for the hiccups earlier. I had to go and take care of some stuff I couldn't take care of before stream because I was in like a panic fixing my capture card and everything. For those of you who might run into these issues in the future, just remember, disable and re-enable your driver. Stop and start your capture software. Unplug and replug your HDMI cables in that order. For some reason, I don't know. I still don't know why I had this problem, but I am so glad it is fixed now. Anyways, we do have the same matchup that we had in round 1. Rifa, I mean, in the round 2. Because the first stream down was round 2. It is going to be Rifa's Rifango against Iceman's Minmin again. And Rifa just getting a lot of damage onto Iceman there. A complete reversal from the winner's bracket. That being a very, very solid close range rush onto Iceman. Now Rifa has moved back to a much further distance here to play things a little bit safer to get that last hit in. Iceman does get a good Sparky hit in though. However, this distance play here from Rifa's side is going to allow Rifa to build up a large almost build up rush going into round 2, and that is going to be one more boomerang hit to secure that. Sorry, I went on a tangent. I didn't catch most of round 1 there. Iceman going for the rush to start, trying to catch Rifa's jump landing, but that is going to be a little bit too late here. Rifa getting a nice freeze onto Iceman's approach, and also winning the freeze bind game here too. And on that approach is going to be able to use the close range rush again to get a lot of damage. That is going to be a huge lead to start the round from Rifa. Freeze from Iceman. Rifa is not going, Iceman's not going to be able to capitalize off of that though. Another freeze from Rifa's side here. Again, just going to equalize that. Iceman does have the rush ready, but Rifa has put on the yellow mask and is building up to that rush from a safe distance. Now Rifa does have that rush, and Iceman suddenly cannot use that rush. Cannot use the rush safely, I was gonna say, with Rifa always having the option to counter rush. But Rifa does go for that rush. It was going to chunk Iceman down a little bit, but Rifa does get the last ending pokes to take that round. Well, that was a lot. I blacked out there a little bit. What did I even say? Game 2 is going to be a DNA and Buster ban from Rifa's side and a Via pick from Iceman's side. Same characters. It did work for Iceman in the winners bracket, so it could work again. Now we are starting off in Via, which is going to give Iceman that opportunity to charge up that Dragon Arm at the start of the match, but it is going to give Rifa a lot of cornering opportunities, and now we just see Rifa managing to close in with that red mask and to give Rifa some armor there, and Iceman is just in a world of pain in that corner. Rifa getting a lot of pokes in, but Iceman getting a nice shock into grab to get that Dragon Arm back. This could still go either way, but now Rifa does have the rush and has the yellow mask. Needing to close distance onto Iceman there. Does use the rush, but Iceman is still blocking. Iceman canceling out a little bit early there. Does get caught on the arm charge, but does not lose the arm. Another megawatt hit is going to bring Iceman down to 1 hit from death. That is going to be a shock. Not going to be able to capitalize off that. Another shock gets into the rush. Possibly, but a bit too hasty. Could have just gone for the grab. And now both players are at 1 hit away from death. Iceman on the pixel. Iceman closing in and trying to go for the 1-2, but Rifa gets a nice jump to the side into a cracker hit to punish. And Rifa takes the first round here. Switching to the Cool Ring on the second round, maybe trying to catch Iceman's side dashes, but this is not going to have as much cornering potential as the Megawatt did. Still, any red mask is scary. And Rifa with a very nice defensive rush to cancel out that Sparky hit that was incoming. Iceman does have the rush, is going to close in, but that is just going to get shielded. Rifa unsuccessfully going for the punish, but that was still a lot of damage blocked. Now both players resetting a little bit, trying to build up that rush again. Rifa does get the freeze onto Iceman, but it is a little bit too far away to be able to follow up onto anything. Does get the arm break though off of Iceman's side dash, and that is going to be able to be punished with another cracker hit. Rifa just needs one more hit and does get it. Oh shoot, I forgot to change scenes again. This is always one time. Okay. It just happens too fast. Same bands from Rifa's side, DNA and Buster. Let's see what Iceman picks and if Iceman's going to switch characters. It's going to be Ninja College from Iceman here for game number 3. I'm going to switch scenes early here, just so to be absolutely safe. And now we see a character from Iceman that we haven't seen in this tournament yet so far, but that we know Iceman does play very well, the Lollipop. It's going to be with a Scorpio, which does do, I would say, not ideal against armor, which is why Rifa is going to start off that first match with the red mask. And is going to be able to get a lot of damage onto Iceman. Iceman just going to go back and regain the distance here, trying to get the popper pokes onto Rifa. But Rifa dodging those very well here right now. Just breaking through the popper and sidestepping the aerial Scorpios. Now both players do have the rush built up first. Rifa has gotten the yellow mask to sort of neutralize Iceman's rush threat. And both players still exchanging pokes here. Rifa is going to go for the slightly defensive rush to catch that aerial Scorpio. Now Iceman is closing in and trying to find the opportunity to get the rush himself. But it is a large health deficit to overcome. Now on the Magic Pixel, Rifa has a lot of health, and Iceman is not going to be able to overcome that with 9 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be the last round for Rifa. If he gets this one. Iceman switching over the popper to a Burchuck. Rifa getting on that yellow mask to, again, neutralize the brush bet, but is going to get caught by the Burchuck here. Iceman not going to be able to capitalize on the freeze. Again, both players with the rush. Rifa regains the yellow mask to put a little bit more pressure onto Iceman. And Iceman is actually winning the health war, but that dash in is going to be able to get punished. And there is a very nice grab onto from Rifa's side. Rifa barely having grabbed this match, really sort of conditioning Iceman to avoid those 1-2 pokes. Now Iceman has to bring stuff back, and that is going to be possible if that rush hits, but that is going to be a little bit more dicey now here. It is still very much doable though, with Rifa only being on about a quarter of health. That's an arm break, but Rifa's slowly wiggling back to dodge that, and one more hit from Rifa will give Rifa the 3-0 victory, getting the run back onto Iceman here in the losers finals. And Rifa taking the match 3-0 over Iceman here. Now we are going to be moving into the grand finals with Rifa against Ali. Just gonna get ready for that. Okay, I'm back. Looks like Ali is going to still take a little bit of time to reattach land. And yeah, let's see how the Riff Ali matchup goes. Rifa's first man here is going to be DNA Lab. Mazo and Sparring are banned from Ali's side, and it is going to be a Temple pick in game 1. Still going to be a bit of time until Ali gets there though. I wonder if Riff is going to pick the Masango here, or if he's going to go for the Ninjara against Coil. Both matchups can sort of work, sorta. Coil is still a very dominant character, but there are, I think, ways that people have workshopped to counterplay Coil. Like one of those being, because Coil does sorta get a very fast rush, an option would be to use Masango's Yellow Mask to also get a fast rush and to neutralize the rush advantage here. Another one just being Rifa's oops, let me fix that. Oh. Possible slight connection problems here. Let's give them a sec. But yeah, as I was saying, the Yellow Mask could be a possible counterplay option. Against against Coil's rush gain here, but also Rifa's Ninjara is very evasive as well, and could also be a promising strategy. And we are going to go back into this. Whoops, I forgot to reswap back, but eh. Okay, now for real this time. For real. Starting game number 1 of the grand finals, since that disconnect happened like right at the start. Rifa is going to start off the game with some very nice pokes onto Ali, almost getting Ali to half health there. Both of the players getting rush at a very similar time, but Rifa's yellow mask is going to put a lot of pressure onto Ali. That is going to be a knockdown though. Rifa trying to get the rush, but that is not going to quite hit. Now Ali has the rush and could use it to neutralize the health gaps. It's going to catch the extended cracker, and that is going to be enough. That Hydra, while still having a little bit of a wonky rush, is ridiculously fast. Now both players just sort of sitting in max punch range from each other, trying to get their advantage states. Rifa is going to be able to get the blue mask here to try to dodge a little bit while getting that last little poke. Is going to back off from Ali here to get that yellow mask and gets the rush to be able to counter Ali's rush. Very smart play from Rifa here to protect himself against Ali's built-up rush. Now both players starting off the round 2 with no rush meter. Actually playing at a very close distance here, but that is going to benefit Ali, who has a lot better of a set, which is going to be able to punish through Rifa's set, and Ali at that close range is also going to get a very good glove rush off. And that is all, and Rifa is at 1 hit. Ali could end this very easily with one more poke. Rifa getting a freeze to close in though, and does have a rush. There's another freeze, another hit. Is going to go for the close range rush. It is going to catch Ali's extended arm. Dang, what a comeback from Rifa here in round 2. Wow. And that is going to give game 1 to Rifa. Remember, Rifa is coming up from the losers bracket here, which means Rifa is going to have to win 2 best of 3s to take the tournament. And this is a temple run back from Ali's side here. Arms are staying fairly similar here. And let's see what they do. I think, oh. Again, it looks like Ali is having connection problems again. This time playing with the LAN adapter plugged in, but it is apparently very fidgety. And yeah, I guess to avoid more disconnects, it looks like Ali is just going to switch back to wireless. But as long as he stays close to the router, it should be fine. Hopefully there is no weirdness. Also, I forgot to switch scenes again. Whoops. So we are going to give Ali a little bit more time to come back here. But yeah, that is going to be a run back to Temple Grounds. Both players still staying on the same sets. Wait. Oh, an AAA too. Actually, this is kind of a weird technique to spam the L button and the R button, but you know about the I guess this is if any time is weird tangent time, it's this time. Actually, never mind. I will talk about rolling some other time, but check out rolling in NES Tetris. It is really fascinating. But yeah, if you just had to spam one button, you could sort of roll the button on the controller. Anyways, we're going back to Temple Grounds here with the same sets. Looks like Rifa did get some nice pokes to start with that cracker, catching Ali's side dashes here. It is going to be a Hydra roaster from Ali's side. There's a nice freeze from Rifa, but a little bit too far away to capitalize. Just both players staying at a very far distance now. Rifa getting that yellow mask since he was given the chance to take it. But that is going to be a Hydra hit from Ali's side to knock the yellow mask away. Rifa staying at that distance now to get that yellow mask back. But the question is, will Rifa be able to close the distance now that he has it? Being able to dodge most arms now, and is going to be able to get the initial cracker hit in, but that is a little bit too far away to get the full rush damage with the Coolerang there. And that is going to be a nice grab from Alistair there to bring the health differentials back a little bit. Rush, possibly a Fat Finger rush there from Alistair at that far distance. It was not going to connect. But now both players are a little bit more equalized on the rush. It does not seem like another rush will be feasible this match. Just getting as many pokes onto each other as they can. But the Alistar is going to be able to win the rapid fire poke war at the end to take round one. Going straight into round two here, both players just instantly locking in their previous arms. And Alistair goes for the rush at the start, which is going to catch Rifa here. Rifa, with the rush built up now too, is going to look for an opportunity to equalize this. And is going to catch Alistair's extended Hydras. The Coolerang hitting this time for 335 damage, and there is a nice close range grab. That is going to be almost half. Ali just below half here. Now Rifa cooling down a little bit, trying to possibly get that yellow mask here, because there is that looming threat of Alistair's rush. Ali being on, Rifa being on a quarter health, but that is going to be able to dodge Ali's rush. Is not going to be able to dodge that grab though. And Rifa is still on the magic pixel. And Ali is going to be able to take game two here with a nice grab. Okay, there's 1 point to Ali. Sparring and Bia bans are from Ali's side, and we're going to run back to Temple for the third game in a row. This is more of the EU I know, just run backs to the same map over and over again. Same sets from both players again. Rifa not using that Megawatt, but is also not changing it to anything else, just wanting to stay with this set. Both players exchanging pokes to start. It looks like Ali is winning in the early poke war here. That pillar is going to get broken down. Ali moving over to the left side to the other side to get to the other pillar. And now Ali does have the rush charged up early on. Is going to be able to knock Rifa down into almost rush range here. Let's see how Rifa comes back from this. That is going to be a very dodgeable rush there. And Rifa is going to be able to bring Alistar into the corner a little bit more. There's a nice 1-2. And Rifa is does have the rush ready, but is going to go for the red mask. Corner rush there is going to get a lot of chip damage onto Alistar. Both players exchanging punches, but they did not hurt Rifa as much because of that red mask, but there was that knockdown here. Now Ali does have the rush. That is going to be a grab from Rifa to neutralize the health differentials. One hit from Alistar does give Alistar the advantage here. That is going to be a rush from Alistar on to Rifa's grab to close out the first round here. Round 2. Again, same arm sets here. Rifa does have the rush ready, is going to be able to get it onto Ali in the corner. And Ali staying here in the corner does get another grab from Rifa. Rifa starting off the second round very, very strong. Ali coming back with a nice hit into at least temporarily bring that mask down. Rifa not getting the chance to get the mask back, does get the blue mask for some more mobility to possibly more easily dodge Alistar's rush. But that shield is going to make Rifa lose the blue mask and get Rifa caught on the attempt to counter that rush. Both players are around half health now. Fairly even. Rifa losing the poke war but gaining rush in the process does get the close range grab onto Ali's shield. Ali getting a nice grab to come back and gets a wake up Hydra hit onto Rifa. And that is a second game from Ali's side, giving match point to Ali here. Rifa needs 2 wins to reset the bracket now. Same bans from Ali's side. Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Looks like we are staying tempo for the 4th game in a row. However, it looks like we may be having some changes here. That is a swap back to Ninjara from Rifa's side. And I wanted to say that there was maybe a loadout swap from Alistar's side because I somehow remember the coil being red, but now she's green. But never mind, I think it is the same loadout. It is going to be swapping over to a fun check now, maybe to punch through the Tri-Blast a little bit easier rather than the Hydra. Both players still starting off at a distance though, getting the rushes, but only getting 1 or 2 pokes onto each other. Just keeping distance to start. There is another nice Tri-Blast poke from Rifa's side onto Alistar. Alistar being the first to go for the rush, and that fun check rush is going to be huge onto Rifa, as Rifa cannot teleport out of that, sadly. that is sadly an Najara moment. But Rifa is going to go for the rush onto Alistair, getting it with the close range Tri-Blast. Does not get the wake up grab. And because of the time taken to get that rush, Ali is going to have that rush back now. Is going to get it off of a hit stun. And that gives Alistair the first round. Oh no. Shoot, okay, scene is back. Now for round 2 here. Rifa swapping over to the slam to maybe try a little bit more close range action here. It is going to go over to Ali for the first bit here. Rifa getting the rush now, but Alistair does have a rush to go back. Let's see how these two players handle their rushes. Rifa trying to get a rush onto Ali at the close range, but it looks like Rifa is just not moving. Yeah, it looks like Rifa just conceding that last round there. Oof, looks like it may have been some,
I'm back for at least saying goodbye, I guess.
Alright, welcome back, Rifa. Yeah.
Alistair takes another UAC. I'm just trying to not be salty, but it's... No, it's fine, but it's the same every time.
I gotcha. But yeah, you had a very nice run getting here. Rifa taking second place, and Iceman coming in from a while of not playing to take a very nice third place here. And that is another installment of the UAC. Slightly unfortunate end, but still a very nice games throughout the